Hi, I am Auni.
And I'm Aisyah. We receive a mission, which is to develop and design a website, depend on the scope of the project that we choose. After doing plenty of research, we both decided to create a website based on our likings, which is the sunflowers. Sunny Meadows is an educational website that focuses on educating the public about sunflowers. This includes the sharing of sunflowers facts, especially the background of their species. This website is designed for 3 categories of users: those who are 15 years old and above, those who are interested in exploring plants and nature, and those who are into science facts. The objectives are to disseminate facts and information of sunflowers to the general public, to spread knowledge about sunflowers in a simple and effective way by using pictures and lucid description, to introduce various types of sunflowers including the rare species of the flowers, and to grow the public's understanding and perspectives towards sunflowers.
I'm going to show you our official Sunny Meadow website. This is the homepage of our website. In homepage, we have a navigation tab consists of home, types, about us, and also contact. On the left side of the navigation tab, we have our Sunny Meadow official logo. Only in homepage, we put a slideshow consisting of 3 different pictures and wording. In homepage, we have a short article about what will we get from our page and 2 small side notes on the right. Note that in every page there will be logo, navigation tab, and also footer. For the homepage coding, we use HTML and CSS. Note that we use separate partition for HTML and CSS. Let's start with HTML. In header, we put link for style sheet, which is here, so that it can link to our CSS codes, and there is also link referred to Google Fonts website, which is this link. This is the HTML for navigation tab. Each of the tab is linked to each other. For instance, if user click on one of the tab, then it will bring them to the desired page. For the CSS of navigation tab, we put a line transition, which is when user hover to one of the tab, then a line will appear under the title. This explained in the CSS, which is here. The slideshows of homepage is put into a group of same division, which we label as My Slides Feed. We group in one division named Slideshow Container with an ID slider. To make the slideshow function well, we also put slideshow script. This script is to make the slideshow change images automatically for every 5 seconds. For the CSS, other than styling for the wording and pictures, we put a fade animation. The fade animation, which is every time the slideshow change image, the first image will fade away before the second image came in. For example, for the description box, we made it as 2 separate divisions. First, Gallery 1 for the big description box, which is this one, and Gallery for the small description box, which is these two. Note that if user hover over the description box, there will be green line appear surrounded the description box, which is like this. This was added in the CSS. This is the HTML for footer. We put images as the background because it is easy to edit, and some CSS to adjust the wording. The second page is type. User can access this page by clicking at the navigation tab on the upper side of the website. As usual, there will be a navigation tab and our Sunny Meadow logo. In this page, we put a banner as the header and some wording that is related to the page. There is also a quick explanation about sunflower. If users scroll down, there will be pictures of various types of sunflower. This is the section for sunflower profile. If user click on one of the images, there will appear pop-up of the profile of the sunflower. User can navigate through the pop-up by clicking the next or previous button. They can exit the pop-up by clicking X button on the upper right. As usual, every page will have footer. Let's move to the codes of the type page. This is the HTML for the header. And also the CSS codes. This is the HTML for about sunflower, which is this part. And also the CSS. Nothing out of ordinary. For the profiles, we have separate division for every rows of images and are grouped in a section named flowers. Note that we arrange the images using checkered pattern, which is shown in the CSS. There's also hover effect, which is when user hover over the images, there will be shadow on the back of the image. This is added in the CSS. For the HTML pop-up, we put each of the pop-up in different division and group it in one division named My Model. We use table to represent the profile of every sunflower. We also add some script to make it functionable. For the pop-up CSS, we add CSS for pop-up animation, which is when user click on the image, the pop-up will appear as if it grows from the screen. The CSS is added here. There's CSS for next and previous button, which will also add some hover effect to make the button background appear black with a little bit see-through. and the pop-up background, which is transparent black, is added in the CSS. And the table CSS, we put different color for the header and the content.
So this is the About Us page from Sunny Meadows website. As you can see, this is the navigation list, home, types, About Us, contact, and this is the logo, Sunny Meadows logo. So this is the header, About Us header, and this is a short brief about this page. As we scroll down, we can see an overview about the website and why sunflower, why we chose sunflower for the website, why we chose to create or develop a sunflower website. So as we scroll down, we can see there's a biography about the creators of this website, Adilah and Auni Nur Aisyah. There's a short description about the developers. As we scroll down, we can see there are two social medias that are linked here. When we click the Instagram picture, you can see it connects us with the Sunny Meadows Instagram. And if we click at the Twitter's profile, we can see the Sunny Meadows Twitter profile. And this is the footer. In order to get that kind of page for your website, you of course need to do the coding. My technique is a bit different from Auni's, as I use incline CSS and also internal CSS, which means that the CSS is in the same file as the HTML coding. So this is the internal CSS, where the CSS is under the head section. Next, this is the coding for the header. Here is the link of the image, and this is the navigation, home, types, about us. This is the container for the header, the about us header. So this is the link for the image, and these are for the fonts. Next is the overview. So this is the overview coding. I use H2 and P. For the Why Sunflower section, I use a container and I insert a link of the image used in that section. So for the font, I use H2 and also P. Next is the biography of the developers. I inserted two images for each developers, and I use H2 for the name of the developers, paragraph for the description. Next is for the social media. I use a container, and as you can see, here are the links of the social media that connects to the pages. Last but not least, this is a container for the footer. So overall, these codings are for About Us page. So lastly, I'm going to show you about the Contact Us page. This is the same, the logo and the navigation. So this is the Contact Us header. Give us valuable opinions. Sunny Meadows is always ready to hear your voice. Is the short description for the header of this page. As we scroll down, you can see there's a small section which tells us about the advice and support straight from the Sunny Meadows. And We can also see a reader's inquiry, which is a form that the users can fill to give any message for this website. So the users can choose whether to give comments or advice. They can choose either or, they can't do both. And they can insert first name and also last name, email, and also message. So if they click on submit, their message will be submitted. But if they click on cancel, their message will not be sent to this website. As we scroll down, we can also see the footer, just like in the other pages. So this is the coding for contact page. I use the same technique, the internal CSS and also incline CSS. So this is the internal CSS. And this is the incline CSS. So at first I use a section for the navigation. I use a container for the header. And this is the short description. Next, I use a container for the advice section. Advice and support straight from us. Next, I use container for the form. See, as you can see, this is the form coding. Reader's inquiry. So for the form, we use a radio button. See at the type radio. And for the other type of input, we use text. First name, last name, email, message, we use text input. So for the submit and cancel button, we use button. And as you can see, this is the incline CSS. So for the submit button, the type is submit and the value is submit. The cancel button, the type is cancel, the value cancel. So for the footer, we use the same as previous pages, container, and this is the coding for the footer. That is all for the contact page.
That is all from us. Thank you.